Have you ever stopped to consider what unfolds within you when you release the expectations and pressures imposed by society and even yourself? This act of liberation isn't just about relieving superficial tensions. It's a profound journey to the deepest core of your being. The promise of discovering a space within you where calm and clarity prevail may seem unbelievable, but it's more attainable than you might think. This path to inner tranquility, far from being a simple retreat from the tribulations of the world, is revealed as an invitation to enter into the depths of our own existence. Yet what makes this journey truly captivating is its transformative power. This transformation doesn't merely affect our inner perception. It reshapes our entire interaction with the world around us. It is a process of emptying and re-encountering, where each step reveals a hidden aspect of our true nature. The question then is not whether we can find this sacred space, but whether we are ready to accept what we discover there. Have you ever experienced that moment upon waking when your mind resembles a bustling beehive, teeming with an array of thoughts, worries, and memories? This mental whirlwind often pulls us into a vortex of self-judgment and rumination on the past, or fretting about the future, seeming like an endless storm raging within our consciousness. But have you ever wondered what would happen if you discovered the key to silence this internal storm and discover a sanctuary of peace within yourself? This inner refuge is not a gloomy abyss or a desolate void. Rather, it is a serene and expansive ocean, where peace transcends mere sensation, becoming a lived and palpable experience. When we open ourselves to the experience of emptying ourselves, we free ourselves from the multiple masks that we wear day after day, revealing our authentic selves. This process of transformation begins with the recognition that our concern for other people's opinions only serves to hide our true essence. When we embrace emptiness, we realize that far from being a space of absence, it reveals itself as a realm of infinite possibilities. This revelation often becomes most apparent during moments of deep meditation, where the weight of the past and the anxieties of the future dissolve, allowing us to drift in the clarity of absolute tranquility. Within this profound calm, pure wisdom emerges, often obscured by the tumult of our incessant internal dialogue. It is within this paradoxically full void that true wisdom finds the space to illuminate. This search for inner peace is not merely an escape. It is a path to our most authentic truth, a truth that, as sacred scriptures teach us, resides in the recognition of our inner divinity. In the Bible, we are reminded that we are created in the image and likeness of the divine, suggesting that within us dwells a creative and transformative power, awaiting revelation. Therefore, when we perceive emptiness not as a void, but as the gateway to a realm of boundless possibilities, we begin to realize that each moment of stillness is, in essence, a reunion with our purest and most potent essence. This reunion with our authentic self is the first step toward living a life guided not by fear or concern for others' judgment, but by the richness of embracing our true essence. Have you ever experienced the liberation that comes when you release the heavy burdens of expectations and self-criticism, simply allowing yourself to be? Imagine for a moment that profound relief, as if you were lifting a colossal weight from your shoulders, transforming your being into a light and liberated entity. This state of emptiness transcends the idea of a mere interlude. It represents a profound transformation in how we perceive and savor each moment of our existence. It's not a state of lack, but rather a heightened awareness, an appreciation of the abundance that has always been present, obscured only by the clamor of our thoughts. On this journey into the interior, we confront our deeply ingrained beliefs, challenging the notion that value is found solely in ceaseless effort and perpetual action. This prevailing narrative conditions us to believe that only through arduous work and perseverance can we achieve the desired results. However, when practicing emptiness, we opt for a different path, one that does not involve fighting, but rather flowing. This practice teaches us about acceptance, the intrinsic ability to see beyond the illusions of our imposed aspirations. To become empty is not an action. It is a process of revelation, of removing the layers that hide our authentic vision. We are often taught to value only what we have attained through effort, overlooking the possibility of a direct and effortless path in the spiritual realm. Just as fighting against the current of a river leaves us drained, resisting the natural flow of life exhausts us. It is through dedication and trust in the flow that we experience the grace of smooth and irresistible movement. Embracing emptiness entails moving harmoniously with the currents of life, rather than struggling against them. The compulsion to constantly do can hinder our connection with our most authentic selves. Learning to embrace emptiness is learning the art of letting go, of accepting things as they are, rather than trying to impose our will upon them. It's about welcoming life with open arms and allowing the natural flow to guide us, without resistance or control. As we step back from the need to constantly act, we begin to uncover true magic in the space we create for what is inherently ours. We cultivate a state of being where life flows harmoniously, a pilgrimage towards acceptance, detachment, and the revelation that, often, the solution doesn't reside in doing more, but in being more. This realization echoes a divine principle, a reflection of timeless wisdom that guides us to recognize and honor our essential nature. In the practice of becoming empty, we discover an invitation to dwell in the present moment, embracing and flowing with whatever each moment presents, thereby unveiling the serenity and wholeness that reside at the core of our true identity. Integrating the state of emptiness into our daily lives has the potential to truly transform our life experience. The path to this change, although it may initially appear complex, begins with a surprisingly simple gesture: the act of letting go. Imagine yourself carrying a heavy backpack filled with worries, obligations, and expectations. I invite you to metaphorically release this burden, letting it gently fall from your shoulders. It is often in surrendering the weight of the world that the deepest and most significant change occurs. Another transformative practice involves observing your thoughts without becoming entangled in them. Assume the role of a conscious observer of your own mind. When embracing emptiness, refrain from reacting to your thoughts. Instead, simply observe them from a distance, enabling you to discern and release those that do not contribute to your well-being. This process of observation can reveal itself to be more powerful than imagined. Observe the clouds that drift across the sky of your mind. If you find yourself clinging to negative thoughts, allow them to depart as if releasing a dark cloud into the wind. Practice observing these thoughts without attachment, recognizing their transient nature, like clouds passing overhead. Incorporating emptiness into your daily life is not an escape from reality, but rather an invitation to live with greater fullness and depth. Through consistent practice, you will start to observe subtle yet profoundly meaningful changes in how you engage with the world. Have you ever stopped to think about what your life would be like if, instead of being marked by an endless list of tasks, you were focused on living every moment authentically? Dare to imagine a turn where you recognize that much of the suffering you experience is, in essence, optional. We all face adversities, but the way we choose to respond to these challenges is where our true agency resides. The practice of emptiness emerges as a guiding light on this journey, illuminating the fact that many of the obstacles that we believe to be unsurpassable were in fact constructs of our own minds. This realization marks the initial spark of liberation. Your life can take a new turn once you truly comprehend that you are not bound by your thoughts or the circumstances surrounding you, and that the decision of how to respond to life rests solely with you. This power of choice, this ability to find peace, even in the midst of the storm, lies at the heart of emptiness. Yet the story doesn't end here. Emptiness also invites us to rediscover the beauty of simplicity. In a world incessantly urging us towards accumulation, more money, more status, more possessions, emptiness reminds us to cherish ourselves and appreciate what we already possess. Simplicity, far from indicating a lack, becomes our greatest source of fulfillment. Through immersing ourselves in emptiness, we discover that genuine happiness doesn't come from accumulating material goods or attaining status. Instead, it arises from a deep and meaningful connection with ourselves and with the world around us. The ability to embrace emptiness allows us to see life from a fresh and deep perspective. It isn't about distancing ourselves from reality. It's about approaching it from a broader and calmer angle. It serves as a reminder that true magic occurs not when we strive to add more to our lives, but when we fully appreciate what is already present. This realization is where everything falls into place. Through practicing emptiness, we not only transform our interactions with the world, but we also align ourselves with a deeper truth. True value lies not in what we accumulate, but in what we are able to be. By embracing this philosophy, we begin to live not from a place of lack, but from a state of gratitude and fullness, where every moment is an opportunity to experience life in its fullest expression. Let us remember that emptiness is not a final destination, but rather a path we choose to travel day by day. Take time to reflect on the transformations you are experiencing. After meditating, pause and observe. What thoughts or emotions arise when you observe your mind without actively participating in it? How does the practice of emptiness influence your interactions with others in your daily life? Exploring these questions will unveil new dimensions of your growth and evolution. Embracing emptiness doesn't mean losing your essence. Instead, it draws you closer to your true self. This journey deserves to be undertaken with curiosity, an open mind, and above all, love. Each morning upon waking, we are presented with the choice between embracing lightness or succumbing to heaviness, opting for peace over chaos. Every conscious breath and every moment lived with full consciousness are steps towards the very essence of being. As each day brings with it a new light, each step in this path brings us closer to our inner light, to the infinite potential that resides within.